Alright, so today we're doing something real stupid. We're doing something extremely dumb, and I probably should have just kept it to myself. I shouldn't have told nobody. Shouldn't have made a YouTube video about it. But hey man, that's the whole point of this channel. We doing dumb shit in the name of collecting action figures. And that's what we do. Like, comment, subscribe for your boy. Anyways, mama, I'm the proud owner of a Marvel Legends scale Spooder-Man. I know, I'm your best son. All the other sons don't compare to me because I got a Spooder-Man. This is an idea I've been teeter-tottering back and forth with for a long time now, honestly. I originally was thinking I should 3D sculpt this, hire somebody to help me make this, or buy the equipment and learn it all myself, which I probably should do. But I work off motivation, and sometimes you just get the ideas that just get rolling. I just thought to myself, why hire somebody, pay them a couple $100? Why spend a couple $100 on the equipment when I could do this for free pretty much? I got a bunch of sculpt that I need to use before it gets all stinky and smelly. So that's the process of this video. We're just doing a quick little time lapse, the process from scratch to finish of this Spooder-Man. Now I'm gonna shut up and just let the time lapse go. Whenever I need to chime in, I'm gonna chime in. But we just got some aluminum foil. We're just gonna do a rough shape and then sculpt over top of it, paint it. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Spooder-Man. That honestly wasn't that difficult of a process, but it's a static figure. It's not gonna move, it's not gonna articulate, but I'll be damned if it don't look good in the Spiderverse display. And that's what I'm all about. It's just getting new spider people for the Spiderverse display. It's Spooder-Man. He don't need to be articulated. He's just gonna sit there in that meme pose. But I am gonna try something a little unique here, and I am gonna try to make an articulated neck. That way at least his head's on a swivel. And you can see I made the head and the body in two different parts. But I'll check back in with y'all in a few minutes. Let this time lapse play out. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so the next step we're gonna have to do in here is bring out that 2-part epoxy sculpt. This is, I'm not sure what brand this is. I do not recommend this brand if you're watching it. It's like a black sculpt, so it's meant to just like dry up black, but it's such a pain to deal with because it just stains everything black. And when you're working on customs and stuff like that, that's the last thing you want, is something to stain black. I needed to use this up, get it out the way, and buy some more sculpt because I was just taking a shot in the dark here. It was a good price. It was black. I thought it would save me some time. It works, but I definitely don't recommend this product. Anyways, got me a little dab of water. We're just gonna try to sculpt this Spooder-Man. Give him a big old belly. Give him some stupid arms and legs. And hey, there you go, it's a Spooder-Man. So again, I'm gonna shut up, let the time lapse play out, and I'll be back in a second. Holla at y'all in a minute. Peace. Alright, so we finally got all the sculpting finished. I am very happy with the way this turned out. Of course, we still haven't painted it yet, so you're not going to see the finished product, but just looking at that head sculpt, that's Spooder-Man, buddy. What more do you need for Spooder-Man? Spooder-Man, Spooder-Man, does whatever a Spooder can. What is a Spooder? Anyways, Marvel Legends scale, Spooder-Man. It's just a static figure, but I'm really happy with the way this is turning out so far. Next step, we're gonna have to wait for this to dry. That's a long process right there, just waiting for things to dry. But you can tell on my fingers, all that black is just residue from the sculpt, and that's why I cannot recommend this sculpt brand. It is terrible to work with. But here we got the pre-painted, unsanded, and I know this is going in the direction that I'm wanting it to go, and I'm loving it. So we gotta let this dry, give it about, I gave it about 12 hours, honestly, maybe even 24, I don't remember. Made this a while ago, but everything is scaling up well. The head and the body matches well. It looks great compared to the reference images that I have on Google, and you don't see a lot of full body Spooder-Man shots, and that's what I was trying to go for here. But next step, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna sand. This process sucked because there's a lot of like little hard spots to get to underneath the arms, and honestly I need to upgrade some sandpaper because the grit that I had wasn't doing too great. But it works. It just took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but we got them all sanded up. We got a nice little spot in the neck dremeled out, and that is where we're gonna put our articulation pivot right there, so at least you'll be able to move his neck back and forth. Now the idea I have for that is just simply mounting a screw in place and dremeling in a hole and screwing the head on there, and boom, you got you a little swivel on the neck piece. And it's really as simple as that. All the swivel comes from the strips in the screw. So you can just mount that screw into place, and all the pivot and swivel will come from the grooves of the screw, pretty much. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but. So we're gonna go in here and we're just gonna mount that screw, super glue it, sculpt over, wait for that dry, sculpt over it, and that thing's gonna dry up hard as a rock, and you'll be able to support that swivel on there no problem. So I'm gonna jump back off of here and let the time lapse play out, and I'll jump back in when there's something important I need to say. Peace. Alright, next step is painting it, obviously. Now we are doing thick coats of watered down red. Just add a few little droplets. It's important when you're painting to make sure to water them paints down, because if you don't, it could get chalky, the brush strokes in it. It's just better to add a few drops of water into that paint, depending on what type of paint you're using. Some already come with like thinners in them and stuff, but pro tip, applying wet paint, it dries. If you apply it super thick for stuff like this, like, I mean, there's techniques and stuff, dry brushing, all that stuff, but for something like this, you want to apply it thickly on there, so that way it dries even, it doesn't have any brush strokes in it. Then we're going in here and we're gonna paint up the eyes. Just got a little toothpick thing. That's what I do for the small parts. I always use a toothpick. Again, I can't stress this enough when working on this Spooder-Man. This was just a fun process, man. Like, you don't have to be perfect when you're working on Spooder-Man. Just make sure the shoulders sit where they're supposed to. Make sure the eyes sit where they're supposed to. There you go. Now you can see I did a terrible job with painting the lines. Painting the web lines on here, I'm not good at it. I'm not good with small little details. But we'll come in here and we're gonna clean this up. We're just gonna just clean those up with some red. And you know, the end process still wasn't the best outcome. The video that I'm showing you guys is about 90% done. There's a few more details I could have added into it to make it perfect. This finished product here, as you can tell, the web lines are still, but I was just lazy. I got bored with the project. Not necessarily bored of it, but I just got tired of working on it. Honestly, I didn't feel like going and touching it up anymore. It's Spooder-Man, man. It's Spooder-Man. Sure, you can tell the web lines on the face are kind of messed up here when I show you it solo dolo under the highlighting. You can tell the web lines are a little messed up. When you put them up on a shelf, you won't even notice a difference. It's a Spooder-Man. You need more Spider-Mans. Give me Spider-Mans. And that's what I did here. I love this thing. Every time I see it, I just bust out laughing. It is so funny, and it's hilarious to think that I made a 3D representation of Spooder-Man. It's just so funny. I'm not sure what I plan on doing with this. I think this is kind of a rough draft at this point, and I'm thinking about making cast of this guy. So if you're interested in a Spooder-Man, I'm gonna be trying to make a little bit cleaner of a version, more streamlined, and I'm gonna be trying to sell these up on Instagram, Macari, whatever. So if you're interested, comment down below and place a pre-order, because I'm thinking everybody wants a Spooder-Man, right? Why wouldn't you want a Spooder-Man for your Spiderverse collection? He was in the movie. Might have been a brief cameo, but he was in the movie. The reason why I made it, because I desperately wanted a Spooder-Man in my collection. I feel like there's hundreds of other Spiderverse collectors out there that are just waiting for a good Spooder-Man. So if you're interested, comment down below. The final product, like I said, this is a rough draft. I didn't feel like tending to it anymore. But the final product will be a lot cleaner. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it entertaining, informative. Do good, be good, stay hydrated, eat your fruits and vegetables. Whoop whoop.